Okay, now it's working. There we go. Hello. Still getting this set up. All right, I gotta turn off this fan. Dondrell, what's up? This is just going to be mostly for the social media, but I'm going to be helping people check on their holdings, making sure, of those stocks, see if they're any good. Maybe we'll discover something interesting. So it's being cast out across social media. Sure the streams, everything's going properly here. Started. I think it is. I'll just go by that. Oh, I wanted to get your chat up. That's what it was. Yep. Can never have too much education. Yeah. No, for sure. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is slavery. That's what, knowledge is freedom, said Miles Davis. Ignorance is slavery. Man, that is so true. All right, so I should be live right now on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Let's see. This Zoom, and then I have to go on with TikTok. Okay, good. Half a point away from that key 5350 level. Yes. How you doing? Hello, how are you? Doing good. Tesla to 900 support you think will break and go to 880? I mean, as you may have heard before, maybe that's where you got that 880 number. That's where I have been targeting Tesla like a week ago. Let's see where it is now. It is likely, it's bearish, and it is likely to at least retest 860 even, 860. It doesn't mean that it's going to do so from here. It could go up before it goes down. So the trick is, can you get max gains with min losses? Yeah, that's what you want to strive for. All right, next question. Be big. Okay, we got in that yesterday. And the idea there on that trade is that it is likely to go and retest about 5, maybe 450 in the next few days or weeks. So we got in yesterday. I like the level that it's at right now for that potential. Yeah. Sup, Chris is in here, Hector, and we're on social media. This is a totally different program. The Stock Doctor. Let me take a look at a holding of yours, and I'll let you know how its health is. I'm answering all questions one by one. What's up, Marco, over on YouTube? Chat over there. If you ask for two stocks, I'm going to skip your next one until everyone else has had a turn. So you wanted me to take a look at AMC, I'll take a look at AMC. But if you asked for another one, I'm going to skip that. So from a technical analysis standpoint, AMC's super bearish. Failed to retest high here. Failed to retest that high there. Broke down here. Tried again. Failed. Went sideways. Failed to retest that high. Failed to make any progress there. Failed again 3 times. Broke that neckline. Broke down the previous neckline. Failed to make another high. Broke down that neckline again recently. And I mean, it's just going to, it's going to continue to be the same sob story over and over and over. Just because something's going up doesn't mean it's not going down. Don't get fooled. Get fooled again. I would not be anywhere near AMC if you want your money to appreciate. Next person, Neo. Neo, same deal, same problem. Look at that. Okay. Failed to retest previous highs many times. It's called a downtrend. Breaking, tried to hold support, but eventually couldn't. Broke down, failed to retest highs there, failed to retest, break down again, and looks terrible. Anybody got any good stocks? Get out of that. Sava. Looks like, yeah, user 1180 asking about Sava. Let's take a look at that. Well, since July of last year, it also is suffering those same fates. It's over for God knows how long. Fail, retest, fail, retest, fail, retest. Breakdown. See if it can draw the line. There we go. Breakdown, breakdown, and likely breakdown. So, yep, no, that's not a good one. Anybody got any good stocks? I guess maybe, it's the Stock Doctor program, so got to help you with something that you might be down on. Mikey Tunenberg says, what's the name of the indicator? That's my own custom indicator. Send me a message, Mikey, a private message. Thoughts on B-Big? We just went over it. I'll show it to you one more time, I guess. We got in yesterday on B-Big because we expect it to go eventually here and retest 455 area sometime in the next week or few days. Put your stop at the bottom of the last pivot right here at $3. Next, Peloton from Hector. Hector wants to look at Peloton. So since January of last year, so for more than a year now, that has been bearish. And as you can see, triple topped, broke neckline, broke down, failed to retest, broke down again, failed to make any progress on that previous retest, eventually broke down again, big time, continuing, lower high, bearish. No good. Don't put your money in that. Remember, you want to get in stocks that are going up. You don't want to play guessing games. Next up is, who asked the next question here? Going through messages one by one. Everyone's going to get a turn. Everyone's going to get your turn. If I already went over it, then I already went over it. We're not going to go over it again, but everyone's going to get your turn. Okay, next up, you said, what's the name of the indicator? Be big, I just showed you. NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I am bearish on. I expect it to hit about 186 in about 2 months. And I am short, by the way. I am holding short on NVIDIA. And I am expecting that, but I will cut at my position at 270 if it doesn't happen. But it's looking like that's what's going to happen. Next up, question from Luis Reyes. Thoughts on QuantumScape? QuantumScape since December of 2020 has been in failure mode. Very much failed to reach previous highs and then broke down. Attempted again and broke down. And that's just going to continue. And then you're like, well, I mean, like, how low can it go? To zero. That can happen. All right, Robert, the greenhorn herd. Yes, sir. It's a greenhorn session. SPY-G is just like the Qs. It's mostly the growth stock, SPY-G. Right now, SPY-G is something you want to be shorting because it is bearish, and so are the Qs. So look, here's SPY-G, and here's the Qs. It's virtually the same. All growth stocks are under fire right now, and they are bearish. But if you go with SPY-V, you'll notice it's not looking as bad. It's quite resilient. It's actually still bullish. So that shows you that value continues to be the place to play defensive during this crazy market, in this bearish market. Ford, and by Ford, I assume you mean the car company, not Ford. What is it called? Forward Industries, FORD. Hope you're right, because that's what I'm pulling up. I mean, I hope I'm right, because that's what I'm pulling up. Since this breakdown here at 19, Ford is in short-term bearish territory. I'm looking to pick up some at some point here. Maybe if it can get as low as retesting into the 15s, I'll start averaging in. I like Ford. Forward, I think they're going the right direction. Should you buy some Roblox? We're mostly checking on existing holdings here, trying to make sure to get you out of anything that you shouldn't be in. Roblox is bearish. No. Palantir, really bad and bearish. It's been that way for a year and a month now. It's been all over on Palantir. Don't get in things or stay in things that aren't going up. I'm going to skip the Bitcoin. We're going to stick to stocks. Going to skip the chain link. Going to stick to stocks. DraftKings. Well, DraftKings went bearish on April of 2021. And you could have known that when it broke down the trend line right here. This was the moment, somewhere in this region here, where you get the signal. Does that mean it's not ever going to go higher than that level? No, and in fact it did. But what it means is it's flipped to bearish. It means it's, and as you can see on my charts, it's red now. You know, it's red since that day. And it just means that overall, in the long run, we're going down. Hey, Cameron, that's a good way to put it. So you see lower highs, lower lows, breakdowns of important support levels, and continuation of the same. You know, Palantir might die. Don't have hope for these companies, please. Make sure you put your money in the right places. Where were we? I auto fast forwarded the list for me. You guys out there on TikTok, if you'd like to check out our trading community, just click the link in my bio and you can come right in. And then how about on YouTube or Twitch? Hello, you guys can go ahead and type in any stocks you want me to look at. Dondrell says, Apple, do we hold long-term growth stocks through anticipated drawdown, being when we see it on the horizon, or do we cut now and re-enter at return of bull market? Okay, Dondrell, you're asking, should I be like you? Should I be a long-term investor or should I be a trader? You know, and that's up to you. I don't know. But let's say you have a long-term investment portfolio. Apple's a fine place to put it, but you are going to suffer drawdown. Absolutely. But if you're a medium-term, short-term trader, then, Apple's not necessarily a place to be. It is acting quite resilient in this market. It had great earnings, but, it's a bear market. Why pick that one? I don't get it. Why pick that one? Why not go with value stocks that are going to stay resilient for sure, and gold? And if you're going to try and be in something right now, be in those. This is not the time to try to come out ahead in 3 months by getting into growth stocks. You just won't be. So it depends on your outlook. If you want to buy something and never sell it, that's fine. Apple, yeah, for sure. And then value stocks it's always good to have a nice balance of value stocks in those kinds of portfolios to protect you. All right, next question comes from Stacks 303 with GM. I did have to skip a few, and I'll try to get back to them. We'll see that in a minute here. General Motors looks like has gone stage 3, which is topping, and it's not being able to make any more progress in the market right now. So that's kind of the stage 2 is over. The stage 2 run had its breakdown. All you had to do was draw a trend line. You could have known that right here. Signal was the trend is done. It's over. It's been broken. So when that happens, stocks either go sideways or bearish. What do I think of? PBA comes in from GDEL Core. EBA. Kind of looks like a travel stock. It's appreciating very slowly, about 20% year over year. In this market is not impressive. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that operation. Whoever's running that company, I've seen better. Fubo says, Kiss no sir, Fubo. Yeah, Fubo's similar to DraftKings, just like total failure in every way. Failed to be remaking highs, breaking down at supports, failure to I think we just went over this. Maybe we did it this morning. I think I just did this a little bit ago. I did this whole chart. I don't know. Maybe there was another chart that's exactly the same, but I feel like we just went through this. Yeah, don't be in Fubo. That's oil, I know. Market profile, TPO, no. Oh, is that a stock you want me to look at, or you want me to look at the market profile? CINF. Cincinnati Financial Corporation. As you can see, it's gone stage 3, topping after it was stage 2. And again, you could have known that when it broke trend line, gave you some signal to that effect, and failed to continue there. Those 2 spots would have told you that it's topping and over as far as the run is concerned on CINF. And therefore, I would not have anything to do with it right now. I'd be looking for something else where my money can appreciate. I can start a business with my money. I don't need to put it in something that doesn't make me money, and that's how you should think about stocks. Yeah. Yeah, at this level, sell it. It's like a beautiful spot to sell it at. It's like, if you haven't got the message yet, right? What about Wish? I mean, you guys, the messages you're really they're coming in. I'm gonna have to. It keeps pushing me down to the bottom too, but I want to go through all your messages. I don't know if I can do it though, because it keeps pushing me down to the bottom. This is Trading View. You can do. Manny Tourist asks, what about gold right now? Should you buy it or wait? Gold just broke out, so I don't know why you wouldn't be in it. Anytime the market's in a situation like it is now, it's an excellent place to be. And gold just broke the pullback that it was on, and so it does signal that it might be the beginning of another rally. We might hit gold. Let's see. Let's get a projection on that. I'll just keep the measurements up here. So we might get back to 23.30 an ounce, in the future here, this year. This year, you might hit 23.30. Don't know when. We'll see. This seems to be the angle in which it likes to appreciate. Perhaps we're going to see something like it hitting that trajectory around. Actually, that's 2023 February. So it might take 1 year, but we'll be at 2023 in February next year. 2300, 2230 is what it was by 2023. That's all right. Hard to say. All right. Next question. There you go, Manny. ASDN from Dalton Walton. You bet, GDL Core. This stock, hold on, looks terrible. Yeah. It's actually called Aerotine Systems. No, I'm kidding. It's called Astro Aerospace. And yeah, it's a complete failure of a company as far as the stock looks here. And the majority of people know it, but you need suckers in order to sell your stock to somebody. So that's where pump and dumps come in handy. Haymore98 says, why did I get kicked from primetime? I did not get kicked from primetime. I wanted to stay there. They wanted to go a different way. The way that they're going with, I find to be unethical. That's just my decision. I would rather not be going that way. So we parted ways for, they probably don't feel it was for ethical reasons, but I did that out of ethical reasons. So I've got my new server. All you got to do is click the link in my bio. DCFC, it's been spiking and kind of weird lately. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, there's not much history here. It spiked and now it's dead. That's it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Decision done. So what are you going to do? Nothing. Or if you have it in your portfolio, sell it. It's done. E-Big, we already went over Emery. AMC, we already went over Braxton. Jumia for Zen Boy. Yeah, Jumia, if you haven't noticed, for about a year and a half now, has been bearish. It's been failing to make new highs, 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 failing to make new highs. I mean, get with the program. Come on. Short this sucker if you can. But in general, you do not want to be in this. Just lower lows and lower highs for over a year now. There's no reason to be in it. Want to be in stocks that go up. Because stocks that go down have high volatility. They're very unreliable. Their retracing is a lot of difficulties in doing so. Thoughts on Cuphead coin? I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you said that and it translated that. What platform do I use, Shane? Well, I use Thinkorswim, but right now we're looking at TradingView. MRO, yeah, looks good along with DIG and XOM, Mr. Belvedere. Space, NU. Space has been in a downtrend, as you can see, since June of last year. And I don't even need to show you that. You can clearly see that. That's down. That's what you want. You need to be paying attention to and looking at when you're looking at your charts of stuff that you're buying. You don't want to be getting into those. In fact, I shorted space down, so I made money off of it doing that. And then now it's kind of bottoming, but I'm not going to bet that it's going to turn around. I don't fucking gamble. I get in stuff that's going up, and I get in stuff that's going down. You know what I mean? And I don't hold things that are supposed to go up when they're going down, and I don't hold things when they're supposed to go down that are going up, and neither should you. MP. Yeah, MP Materials. I think we already went over this. This is definitely not an original thought. You know, somebody out there is trying to pump whatever this company is. But you know, in general, it's just recently double topped, and failed out of the double top. So that's usually a sign that it's going to be breaking down soon. I don't think there's much to that one. But if you get a breakout signal, go for it. How come certain parts of my chart are shaded green and red? Yeah, it's a tail. It's a moving average. BRTX. Well, it's been certainly on a run lately, but that run seems to be coming to an end or already ended. There was this supportive baseline going on throughout here, and it at least cracked that. You know, can it be supported through here? Remains to be seen. So, but if the price, you know, starts to go like this and then breaks through there, then yeah, that's a short, you know, and it's going to come back down to here at least to retest it. So it could go from 235 to just under 200, 190 area, about 40 points of decline in the coming months, like 2 months. If you guys over on TikTok would like to come check out our trading group, just click the link in my bio in my profile. Do I think DraftKings will beat on Friday? I don't think it matters. ABBV. Oh, sure, AbbVie. Oh, this is one of my top picks for positive alpha. In fact, there it is right there. You can see it in my alpha positive list on the right of my screen. Maybe you can't see that. But yeah, this stock is just on a tear right now, doing super good. And also, if you were looking for something like that, keep holding that, by the way. If you're looking for something else like that, Philip Morris. Philip Morris also on a tear right now. FSP. Yeah, X Steel. Let's just take a quick look at Steel, and then we'll come back to FSP. So yeah, Steel not going anywhere. It's just been going down. Can you see that? Like when you zoom out, does it become apparent that it's going down? Which way are the mountains going? You know, I mean, this is real basic stuff. I'm definitely going to try to help. make you see these things, but I'm saying you can do it. And I hope you do. So you want me to look at PSP or something? I already forgot what it was. We already looked at Palantir a couple times, everybody. Already looked at him. We already looked at Neo. I think you're asking about ChargePoint, but you put CHTP. I'm not sure if that's a ticker. Let me see. Yeah, there's no ticker CHTP. Maybe you meant ChargePoint. Yeah, it's incredibly bearish. I would not be in it, and you had many signals to get out. You had the signal here to get out. You had failure to retest right here to get out. You had failure to retest right here to get out. You had this breakdown back here. Lots of time to get out of this. No trade there for sure. Square, yeah, it's been having a lot of problems. Look at that. So this is just like a perfect, beautiful example of stock stages. So you have stage 1 back here, stage 2 growth, stage 3 topping, and stage 4 dumping. So, it's going to be a while before it re-enters stage 1, and we'll be able to watch it. Maybe later this year, we'll be able to get back into square after a long base, and it starts to break out and get back into a stage 2. Right? But you don't want to be in it now, unless you're a long-term investor just holding. Like Square is a good company. PSP, okay. Yeah, same thing there. Do you see it? Like, do you get it now? Because I just explained it on that last one. Do you see it? Stage 2. Stage 3. Topping. And then breakdown. Stage 4 beginning. Please cover what? The Volta is the same. It's exactly the same as Blink and ChargePoint and Plug and F-Cell. Cell is bearish. We already went over the others. Is the market going to crash? It is likely. I mean, it's already bearish, so it's not going up, it's going down. Okay. In case you didn't know that, I'm here to tell you that the market is a down market. And when the market goes up, that's just to fool you, to take your money. Like when somebody tries to sell you something, they know that the shit's hitting the fan, but instead they try to sell it to you without kind of telling you. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, times are looking good right here. I'll sell you it for a lot. And then they run for the hills. They take your money, and then you're left with the bag. So yeah. Please go over Cavill, Patty. Okay. So Cavill has been dead for a long time, hanging in there at 50 cents a share, doing nothing. And then lately, it went on this tear. Today, it seems to be over. But what you want to look for is, so you'd be out, it's the end. Hopefully you're not holding that. And then what you want to look for now is that, as it puts in more red candles, or maybe in a little green one, and does something like this for the next coming days, eventually a strong candle is going to occur, and you're going to be able to get in roughly where it breaks over any significant previous candle in the trench. And then that will maybe be the start of a next run. But it'll have to prove itself first. First, it's going to have to retest this high here. Hello, there it is. It's going to have to retest this high. And if it fails to do so, then then the failure of that will be apparent somewhere midway. And if it breaks the bottom of that trench, that valley, it's all over. It's dead. That's called a failed retest neckline breakdown. Got to keep your eyes on it now. Know when something's over, you know? Go find something else. Sure, Tim asks to check Beamy. Yeah, I'll do Walmart in 1 sec. And then dash. Walmart, then dash. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Beamy looks like a great short, but it's already over. It's at $1. I only like to short from 10 to 10. I do not like to short $10 and down. But yeah, since March of 2021, so for almost a year now, Beamy has been bearish and falling, and everybody knew it, you know. So the executives purchased a very nice pump and dump marketing campaign. Price went way up. Everybody at the company got out, and then it just went on its merry way. It's now lower than it's ever been, even that day. But the executives don't care; they're fine. Don't place bad stocks, you guys. You know? Get into Apple, get into Microsoft, get into Walmart. Let's pull that up. Maybe not. So Walmart is in stage 3 right now, as you can see. Draw that out for you. So we had stage 1 roughly in this region here, going back a ways, and then stage 2, and topping now stage 3. So that's the end of the run. You know, institutionals are just they're selling up here every time it goes up to the top. Retail investors are buying it up to there, and then institutionals sell it down to here because they have so many shares. You know, they have to play this way, and you guys just keep doing it over and over and falling for the trap. And then once institutionals have no more shares left and no more interest in buying, the stock will fall and go into stage 4. So it's over on Walmart. It can be a somewhat safe place to be for crash protection right now, short term, short/medium term. But long term, yeah, it's wait a year, 2, 3 before getting back in. Which is the best broker for day trading, fast execution with hotkeys? Tim asks. You want to go with probably I use TD Ameritrade with Dash Trader, and it's $175 a month. Tim, send me a private message or something somewhere and ask me that. All right, you guys, 15 more minutes. If you haven't already joined my trading group and you'd like to check it out and experience it for free, just click the link in my bio, in my profile. You have to leave this live and go over to the profile, click the link, or send me a message. Send me a private message on TikTok. You can send me a private message and ask me any questions there about membership, or I have market mastery video lessons for only $7. So if you're interested in that and you want to be learning more and how to trade and how to swing trade, how to day trade, how to manage risk, how to manage portfolio risk, for $7, you can't beat that. It's my way of being able to shake your hand and meet you and give you something of value. So if you'd like to learn more about that, hit me up in a private message, or again, just click the link in my bio profile and you can come right into my group and experience it for free. Playboy, somebody wants to look at Playboy. They want to look at Playboys. Really? Okay. So amazing. Playboy, they were talking was going to hit 100. Remember when it came out? And it only got to 62. What you want to pay attention to in here in this pattern that you could have known. How would you have known? to get out. It's this attempt to retest the high that failed. That's the first negative, and then that it broke down below the lowest point that was between those two highs. That's it. That's the run for the hills exit signal right there. Boom. And as you can see on my charts, that's when everything turned red, right? So I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm not making this shit up. You can see it clearly. We can look into the future now. It's the obvious point to get out. And I can go to any stock, maybe we'll find one that's at that point today, and you can get out before the shit hits the fan on your stock. Like, for instance, Nvidia is doing that. I'll show you a couple that are in that situation. So see, Nvidia did the neckline breakdown right here at 275. So I got in on this pullback up here around 265, and I'm waiting for the continuation down to the downside. It might hit 210, might get as low as 195, and might go all the way back to 155. Any of that I'll take, and I'll know to start scaling out by selling a percentage of what I have. Here's another one, BLDR. It's getting very close. It already broke down. As you can see, it broke trend line, but it still hasn't quite petered out completely yet. But I'm already in it near the top here when it broke the trend line at this price, 72. First price target 60, and then maybe 54 if it continues, and then maybe even 48. So that's BLDR for a short / puts for about 2 months of time. Another one, Lucid Motors, doing the same thing. Had a breakdown right there and is now in bearish trend and looking like it's going to get back to maybe 20 in a couple of months. All right, you wanted to look at Dash. It looks terrible. I think you can see that now, right? I mean, the colors really help. Red bad. Whew, there's just so many questions here. I'm going to try to, I guess, keep it to the newest ones. Ford, I already did. 3M, okay. So it also looks like it's over on 3M, which is surprising because they should do pretty well. But yeah, it was over back here. And it broke that bullish trendline channel that it was in. And it was only stage 3 for a short amount of time. And now it's stage 2 rather. And now it's stage 3 depreciation. Markdown is what they call it. Prices are being marked down. People are getting out. Fubo, we already did. Square bottoming out. So what? It doesn't matter. Don't get in stocks that are going down. And if you think it's the bottom, that's not proof that it's going up, is it? No, it's not. Just get in stocks that are going up. You already have confirmation. Stop gambling. Verizon, let's take a look. Verizon at this point is practically utility. So, you can almost only count on it going sideways. Companies like that need to offer at least a 3% dividend, if not a 4% dividend. And they're offering a 4.8% dividend. So that's pretty good. So, stuff that in your portfolio, and you're going to get slight capital growth, as you can see there. This is about 7 years of data that you're looking at on Verizon. Very slow growth. So you got capital preservation and almost a 5% dividend. So that adds to your annual growth. 5% annual dividend. What indicator am I using? It's my own custom indicator that I programmed. Tilray, bad news. It doesn't look good. Okay. It's going this way. That's bad. That's all you need to know. You don't want to get in a stock like that. You want to get into like a stock like Costco. Look at that. Costco. Which way is Costco going? Up. Yeah. You don't want to get into Tilray. Look at that. Which way is that going? It does nothing but go down. Oh, sure, it has a little pump every now and then. Uh, but you don't need to gamble on that. I mean, how long is it going to take for you to wait for the next pump, right? All right, everybody. That's going to be it for today's Stock Doctor session. If you'd like to follow me, go for it. If you want to send me a private message, I'm happy to read it. Oh, good, Mom. My mom just showed up on YouTube. Devin, you sold some earlier today, I hope. But keep holding. Devin's is doing fine. Stay in that. Good. I'm glad you sold into strength, but it's on a run, and I think that oil's going to appreciate to maybe $125 a barrel before any kind of rate hikes affect it. Yes. Keep some, or wait in the next pullback. Get some. What was I going to say? Yeah. So PM me, private message me on whatever platform you're on. If you would like to ask about my market mastery video lessons, happy to direct you to those. Or if you want to ask about the trading group that I run, you can come and experience that for free, by the way, if you just click the link in my bio. What's my number one stock pick? Microsoft. Yeah. And, can't go wrong with Google and Microsoft and Apple, but you don't want to necessarily buy those now hoping that you'll be up in 6 months. Those are long-term investments. Never sell. The kind of investments you just pass on to your kids. You never have to actually sell them. If you need the money someday, you can just write a margin check against your account. I don't recommend that, by the way. It'll be your own decision. My mom just said, "Oh, I have that." Microsoft, yeah. And gold, always make sure you have 5% to 10% of your portfolio in gold, but in bear markets, you need to up that to 20 to 40%. You should be 20 to 40% gold in your portfolios during bear markets. What was I going to say about that? And gold, in fact, is up today. It's a good crash protection. All right, later, everybody. I'm going to try and do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Gold ETF is GLD, the best one, GLD.